Well, hello there. And this is Auntie and Bishop. And we are here to do our review of Ready to Love Season 4, Episode 2, Mixer and Mingle. If this is your first time being here, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. To all of my new subscribers, thank you all so much for joining the family. And to all of my nieces and nephews who have been here with me for the long time, thank you all so much for your continued support. Bishop, are you ready to get into this review of Ready to Love?
I think I am, Auntie. I think I am. But let me ask you this though. I'm looking at you, and you got on some stuff. What are you doing?
We'll talk about it right after this commercial.
Okay.
Everybody needs a sweet old auntie. Everybody needs
with a whoop whoop and a boop boop.
aunties and everybody needs.
You can make this up. Now you know that these are some crazy motherfuckers.
Everybody needs a sweet old auntie.
So why even bother?
Aunties and sweet old auntie. Aunties and ways. Are you okay? Are you okay?
And we are back. So, Bishop, you asked about my jewelry.
Yeah, I see you got some stuff on. What's going on?
So, what's going on is that each week I am going to be pulling off a piece of jewelry for each contestant that is leaving us. What I have done, Bishop, is I have 5 necklaces of all the 5 quality women on the show. And then I have 5 cheap beads for the cheap in the back. And then for my men, I have these nice silicone rings. You know what I'm saying? You know, standing out for the brothers. You know what I'm saying? In all of their glory, the good ones. And then I got rings for the tears of a clown.
Oh my God.
These are for the mofos that are just complete and total plastic, fake ring giving type mofos. So each week, Pastor, I will be pulling off a necklace for the women. Of course, I have on 10, and I have on 10 rings for the men. Can't wait to get rid of these rings tonight.
Oh my goodness. I see you're going full throttle. You're going full throttle.
Full throttle, Bishop. Full throttle. So let's get into it. Okay. What was your overall take from this episode?
And this episode was the mixer, but I called it mix up. I thought this episode it should have been called Mixed Up and Messed Up. That was.
Now that's good. Now that right there, that's good. We can do that.
Yeah, mix up, messed up. It was a lot of stuff, Auntie, that happened up here, and I got to tell you, I watched this one twice.
I watched it 5 times, Bishop.
Cause some stuff, Auntie, I thought I heard, and then I had to replay, and I thought, did I hear that? And then I had to play it back, and then I thought, okay, all right. And then I was listening to some stuff, and I said, all right, that person needs to go. That person needs to go. That person needs to go. But
and you know what, Bishop? You see how this plastic is sparkling and shining. I don't know if you can see everything that glitter ain't gold. No. Especially when a mofo makes you pay for the drinks and his credit card ain't got $20 on it. But anyway, Bishop, let's
Oh, you just came. I mean, you just really just jumped right out the gate on that one.
Bishop, you know he on his hand though, right?
Okay. Okay.
He's a Bishop. He a whole broke mess. But let's get into it. So, Bishop, who was the first? I'm gonna let you drive this today. Who was
Okay.
the first to arrive, Bishop?
The first two. So I started looking at how people were arriving, and it was Deidre and Stacy.
Mm-hmm.
Deidre and Stacy, and I was listening to the conversation. Stacy was having a blast.
Yes, she was. This one right here is velvet, and it has a rose at the bottom. This is Stacy's necklace.
Yeah, Stacy was having a good time. She was Miss Social Butterfly. She was
I was shocked.
Yeah.
I was shocked, Mr. Bishop, because I had said that she was a damsel in distress. Now that doesn't mean that she isn't.
Right.
But I'm telling you right now, she shocked me. She came out of that shell popping, and I said, well, no wonder she was married to a professional basketball player.
Yeah, cause she could hold her own in a crowd. She could mix and mingle. I mean, Auntie was turning on a dime, and she had something kind of smart and witty to say. So she was there chatting with Deidre, and then after Deidre, it was David who showed up. She's like, "All right, I'm talking to the double D's." I mean, she was doing her thing.
She was doing it,
and I was smiling and loving it.
I was so
yeah,
shocked.
Yeah. I said, "Okay, Stacy, I like you."
Mm-hmm.
I was liking Stacy because she was doing, and she was seemed so genuine about it.
Yeah,
and she seemed comfortable in the crowd, and she was genuine, and she was making people feel good.
She looked very, very nice. I thought she looked gorgeous.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did. And then even when her first sister came up, Venetia, she was nice to everybody. I think I can't forget what color she
said, honey, you wearing that fuchsia. You are wearing that fuchsia. And you know what? That's one thing about it when a sister girl can celebrate you. I like that. She wasn't intimidated. It didn't make her cower down or anything. She was celebrating her sister. I said, you better work the room.
Yeah. From Jump Street, I liked her. With all of that going on, I said, I don't care what happens tonight. Stacy has to stay.
Has to stay.
Stacy has to stay. So I was enjoying that. The interest is that they were making. But then, Auntie, I felt like, oh my God, it was a party where they started rushing me and they started coming in. But I was, what I felt like they were rushing and they were coming in. But for some reason, I was saying to myself, I'm glad Stacy is hosting this. That's almost what I was feeling like. Like, okay, I could go to a party at her house and feel okay. I like that.
The type that never met a stranger.
Yeah.
I
like that about her. Yeah, so I was feeling good. I was feeling Stacy, thinking the brothers are going to be lucky to meet her and to go out on a date with her and to get to know her. They would be lucky. It would be a good opportunity, a good experience. So let's keep on talking and see if I felt the same way later on.
Okay.
I'm just saying. I'm not quite revealing anything. I'm just saying let's see. So they kept coming in, Auntie, and Troy. When Troy made his entrance, I just want to talk about folk as they were coming in. So Troy made his entrance. And Troy was the one. I'm checking my notes.
The arrogant one.
And there he goes again. I'm not arrogant. You don't have to say it, Troy.
If you're not giving off that aroma, that air, then you don't have to justify. Just be you. He was too much to me. He was just team too much. I wasn't feeling him at all. I'm still not feeling him. I'm not feeling him.
What hand is he on? All right. Well, okay. All right.
But the women seem to like him.
Troy
is a kissing bandit.
That's what I was gonna say. Did they really? Because remember, there was one. I couldn't tell what was going on.
You
At
talk
one
about
point, there was
Fly?
this.
You talk about Fly?
No, Lord, not yet.
Because he tried to kiss Fly.
Yeah.
Now, am I getting the names? Am I getting the faces?
No,
mixed
you're right.
up?
Alexis Fly, the one
No, but I'm saying
that you said. The only thing that comes to your mind when you think of Fly is a swatter, and you needed her. I did not forget that at all.
she was so first lady dressed up. She was so.
Yeah.
You can take the lady out to church, but you can't take the church out the lady. She was looking like she was going to the 29th anniversary of Bishop. She was so overdressed. And the outfit swallowed her.
Because when she reached up to hug him, remember the jacket, the over thing, whatever came off, and he had to help her put it back on. And
Well, she never arrived because she arrived. When did the fly? Okay, okay. Let me let you ride. Let me let you drive.
No. That's good. The next one who showed up that stood out to me was Chrysanthemum, and they could not pronounce her name. Now they made a mess. I'm big on people's names because if you're going to get to know her or get to know a person, know their name, and don't fumble through the young lady's name. Her name was Chrysanthemum. Lord, you got her on a long check. Well, she said she was half Italian and that her mother wanted to bring something pretty back from Italy, so she brought her back. I said, that's the best thing you could talk about.
The best thing she could talk about. But the men seem to be attracted to Chrysanthemum.
Even though they don't know how to pronounce her name.
But it's what I don't know. I think that she has the honey to draw them in. But I don't know whether or not she got enough for her job. Kind of like, the five, was it the 5 maids? How many maids was it? That had their, their oils and stuff and, their frankincense.
Okay, yeah. So you had the out of the, you're half of 5, half of wise and half of foolish. Okay, I'm with you. All right.
And she just don't seem like she got the honey that's going to keep them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty, but she seemed empty and dizzy. So I thought, okay, all right, let's see.
Yeah.
I didn't see any substance to her at all.
None.
Didn't see any substance. Then in comes AJ. Now, AJ, the first thing he said was, I'm picky. What are you doing on the show? What are you doing on the show, AJ?
But the first guy that came in, his name, was that Derek, the first guy that came in?
The first one who was already there, Diedrich.
Diedrich made a statement, though, that I really found to be true.
What did he say?
He said the first attraction is physical.
He was honest.
That was very honest.
He was very honest. Thank you, Auntie, for remembering that. I was so glad he said that because a lot of times people say, oh, when I met this person, their heart just spoke to me. You didn't hear the heart. They didn't say a thing. You mean to tell me 50 feet away their heart spoke to you? No, you saw the person and you decide based on physicality whether or not you're going to make your way to them, whether you want to get to know them. And it really is based primarily on physicality. When you first see people, a lot of times I gave him props for being honest.
Because when AJ came in, it was complete physical. All the women, they were drooling over that man. If I'm thinking about the right one, right? AJ is the producer.
Yes, AJ, he's the one. That's him.
He the one
the music producer
that didn't pay the tab because he didn't have enough on his credit card, right? Ain't that him?
AJ, that was him, the producer. Yes, the one who didn't pay the tab.
And because our girlfriend took and tried to fall into his arms, and he didn't catch her. She said, "You didn't even catch me."
She said, but he was holding. But remember, I was checking that scene out because it was unexpected, but he was holding her hand. It's like, I caught you. So what hand is he on?
AJ?
Yes.
Which one do you think, Bishop?
I think you have him on the big rings, the big. Oh my God!
All that glitter ain't go with him. This mofo broke it and broke.
But didn't you like AJ when we did the cast interview when the first cast showed up?
I thought he was handsome.
Okay.
But I was like, he didn't have any credentials. He didn't have any names to drop. He said he was a producer and he was writing music and all of that kind of stuff. And he was dating his clients and that didn't work. No.
Yeah, he said he'd been at it for 13 years or something. Yeah.
I don't think I like AJ.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, AJ showed up, and then Liz showed up. Liz was hilarious.
I like Liz.
Liz was keeping it real. Liz said she looks for the brother. She sometimes go to Home Depot and she doesn't end up with anything but light bulbs in her car.
Or a screwdriver.
And then she said, but Liz was honest. What I liked about Liz, now correct me if I'm wrong, Auntie, I think Liz was the one who said people would consider her a player.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't that her?
Mm-hmm. And she was the one that was singing with the guy. She was singing with Anthony, I believe it was.
Yeah, with
no, that wasn't Anthony.
David.
That was David.
With David. She was singing with David. But what I liked about her, so she was the one, she did the gospel singing thing, but she said was it her who said, or was it Stacy? One of them said they considered themselves a player. And so they didn't mind. They were able to do. So maybe your nieces and nephews can remind us. But one of them said
that was Liz, though.
It wasn't Liz?
I thought it was the attorney.
Yeah. So I like the fact that she just admitted it because she came in like, let me just say what most men would say and get away with it. If brothers can walk up and say they consider themselves players, I'm going to do the same thing. She said, but I'm comfortable here. But
the young lady that came in with the fuchsia on, let me get her damn name. I ain't want to put no glasses and stuff on. Let me get her damn name.
Vernisha.
The hairdresser.
Yeah.
I liked her though. I really did. I really did like her.
Yeah. So after that interest, what stuck out to me more, Auntie, was when they start pairing off and when they started getting together.
But wait a minute, you ain't got to my homeboy yet. You have not.
Khalil.
Khalil was a hot podge, put together, clown looking, thrift store shopping, don't have on a suit in his mofo life, borrowed it from the neighbor, dragged the bitch down the street, earned it with a rock under the sun.
Tell us how you really feel. Tell us how you really feel. He looked a hot mess.
What was he thinking?
Halloween. I was embarrassed for him.
I couldn't believe he had on a yellow shirt, a plaid jacket. The tie didn't look right. The pants looked like they were stonewashed, bitch.
Yeah.
I was like, he wasn't shaved well. Like, I was like, did he just come from a homeless shelter? Bishop, you know he had homeless shelter tees on him. Check in at 6 o'clock to get your soup and your crackers, bitch, and get your cot.
He had what? Did you say homeless shelter tees?
Bishop, you know he had homeless shelter tees.
Homeless shelter tees. He looked a mess. Yeah.
I had saw him, no, seriously. And I my heart goes out to people, right? So this is only a roast and a gag. But Bishop, If I had saw him on the street, I straight up would have thought homeless shelter tees. He's signing in at 6 o'clock to get his soup and his cracker.
Oh my God.
And he hoping they got packs of Oreos. So when he lay down on his cot in their lot, he got something sweet on his stomach. Bishop, you don't show up nowhere like that when you're about to meet a woman for the first time. This is your first date. And you show up like that. I mean, come on. I know he said he's a teacher, but bitch, you ain't that broke. It was just such an embarrassment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Khalil. And Tressa. Everything was oozing out. I mean, girlfriend looked like a souffle. It was coming out in the front. It was coming out on the sides. It was coming out the back. Tie them bitches like that wasn't the outfit to wear, Tressa. Oh my God. You know I was rooting for her. I loved her. Her Afrocentric tees. I loved the natural hair. I loved her personality, but she didn't show up. I'm telling you right now, I don't know if they had sent these bitches home if she would have been on the list, but the men won't feel in Tressa.
No.
It was too much too soon.
Yeah.
What did you think? I'm talking too much. Go ahead.
No, you're not. No, you're not. That some things say I don't want to get roasted for saying, but when I saw Tressa, I said, come on. I had hopes that she would present better. Okay. I see where the beads are. Yeah. I was disappointed.
I was so disappointed.
I was disappointed because Tressa had on what she had on a loud color when we first saw her, but it was
she had a loud color. Then she put that brown on. It did her no. Oh, Tressa, come on for the represent for the big girls.
Well, she did. It was it looked like a brown paper bag, and it was too tight. I'm not really. I mean, if we talk about what we see, looks like she had on a brown paper bag, well, plastic bag, and it didn't flatter her at all. It didn't flatter, and not only that, but I wasn't flattered by her personality so much either. I was disappointed. I wasn't flattered by her personality at all. I was thinking, okay,
I thought it was just me. I thought it was just, and you know what? Because Tressa has the ability to be on stage, she has the ability to bring you, light camera action on 3. She came off differently than she is in person.
Yeah, big disappointment. Big disappointment. Yeah. I was thinking comedian, big personality. I was thinking, Auntie, that she would be able to do what Stacy did at the beginning, like woo the crowd and sort of navigate and be the hostess with the mostest. I was so disappointed. So disappointed with her.
I was too.
Yeah. I had high hopes for Tressa, but she kind of disappointed me. She let me down.
Yeah.
Well, how about the other teacher, Jason?
Jason was nice.
Yeah.
But the fly was on him like a fly on shit. I mean, sugar. I mean, salt.
Manure.
Bishop. She wouldn't even let the poor man breathe.
Yeah.
I was seeing you at the school, and I was, my thing was, I was fanning it and everything, but I said, let me step on back because I am the pastor's wife. And I do have my son on the team, but I'm telling you, honey, I'm trying to catch you. My son was asking me. I said, swatter. Yeah. I'm going to have to buy me a swatter.
You're going to have to. Auntie. And I was thinking when she was saying all of that, I was thinking, so when were you thinking all of that? Were you thinking that while you were still with the pastor? She didn't say that. She didn't tell us that part. All she said was that she used to see him at the game and she wanted to get to know him, but I wasn't as fly. I wasn't true to my brand. Auntie, y'all don't hate me for saying this. She was so full of herself. I wasn't living up to my brand. I didn't look good like. I was thinking, wow. She said, I know I'm fly. I know I look good. And here again, I was thinking, when were you thinking all this? When you
Honey,
were,
you straight looking casket ready.
well, yeah. You said
She was
casket ready.
casket ready. With her arms out the sleeves and everything perfect.
Auntie, don't do that. Don't do
She
that.
was casket ready. That's just
she
my opinion. Gags and giggles.
no, she
Bishop, that woman, remember when she led off, she said that men, when she wants a serious relationship, that men see her as a sexual object or they want to have sex with her. That's why. It's how you coming off.
and I think she hopes that's how they see her. I think she wants people to see her like that. I don't think men see her like that.
But it was quite a few men that called her name off, though. But the school teacher called her name off because he was flattered.
Yeah.
He felt the
Yeah.
obligation.
He just got that attention, and I think he wanted to be nice. He was her son's coach, so he wanted to be nice, and he
Yeah.
knew that I don't know after the show if he's still the child's coach or not. I don't know. So I think he just kind of wants to maintain that relationship and just kind of keep things above board, keep things honest, and yeah, just on the high road. She was a hot mess.
Yes.
She was a hot mess. She's full of herself. I don't think she's as fly as she thinks she is. Auntie, she was a no for me.
Rose Ann said coming off too strong.
Roseanne, I agree with you.
I agree.
She came off too strong and wrong. Roseanne, you might
You took the words
add
right
that
out
to your
of my mouth.
comment. Too strong and wrong.
Just think too highly of yourself.
Yeah.
You're not fly. When your friends are calling you fly, I'm telling you, they're thinking about the swatters in the lawn section at the home at the Walmart.
Yeah.
Do you all have any fly swatters? Next, who's next, Bishop?
Wait a minute. Did you ask me if I had any fly swatters? The next one Kyra. I got to talk about Kyra. Kyra was the one who showed up in the green dress.
Kyra, that attorney was working it. She said, I'm about to file the biggest case I've ever filed in my life. This is the biggest lawsuit, bitch, I'm ever going. Kyra came in there. She stripped all that stuff down, including her job.
Said she'd been to the circus and she had dealt with the clowns.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Where's Kyra?
Okay.
Let me see. Kyra is. I think Kyra's this one.
Got to be up there with the classy.
Yeah.
Classy. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Oh hell
yeah. I like Kyra for so many reasons.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. And I love the fact that she was able to be feminine.
Yes, absolutely.
That femininity came all the way out. Girlfriend had that weave bump to the side. I said, you better work it.
Yeah, she wasn't intimidated by anybody. She held her own. I thought she was beautiful. I thought she was fair. I thought she was kind. I thought she was personable. And she didn't seem intimidated by anybody else.
Nobody.
And she seemed so honest, though. When she called, and I guess we'll chat about it, but when she called her brother Christian over to talk, she said, look, we're not gonna play these games. If the brother needs some help, if he needs some advice, let's just be honest. Let's not be manipulative.
So motherly, though. That was so motherly, sisterly of her.
Yes, I loved her for that.
She said, y'all ain't gonna sit here and let y'all talk about dude like that.
Yeah.
Let's just bring him over and help him. Because there was some conversation going on about him because he looked straight up like Ned the Wino, cleaned up a little bit.
Auntie, now talk about him. Now, when Christian, and one time he said, I'm Chris, another time he said, I'm Christian, and Tressa called him on that. She said, you introduce yourself to him as Christian, Chris, and me as Christian. What's going on? But he kept that jacket buttoned the whole time.
Because that's the only one he got.
He kept that jacket buttoned the whole time and sat down with the button. Brothers, when you sit down and you have a jacket on, a blazer,
You're supposed to unbutton it.
Unbutton it, especially when it's double breast.
Unbutton it. Because you ain't trying to injure nobody. He just was so out of his league.
Yeah, he was. He
And I think women did him a favor by sending him home early, because everybody would have been dragging him week after week. He just was he just was out of his league.
And I would have felt bad for him, because I believe that what he would have been doing, he would have been honest about it. He would have been genuine, but still it wouldn't have been enough.
Nope.
And I appreciated the sisters for being honest with him and not being they weren't nasty.
Yeah.
They weren't nasty. And one of the things that men appreciate is that when you're upfront and when you're honest and when you handle us correctly and when you handle us with courtesy, even if we're not what you're looking for, there's a way to handle people. And so I love that so much, because I think that the life's advice that we got from his interaction was, even when people aren't what you're looking for, handle them the right way. Be nice to them. Do right by them. So I definitely, absolutely like them. Wait a minute. What is Kyra is a no for me, giving me neither. Wow. Okay. Isis Blue. Okay. Wow. Okay, well, let's see.
Now, what did you think about Ida? Idaho.
I don't care.
Don't know.
I don't care.
Got to go.
Ida got to go. Ida shouldn't have been on the show. Ida voted her off if Ida had a chance. Now.
But she knew it, though.
Ida was, and I'm taking your term. I've heard you use it. Ida was a hot mess.
Yes.
Ida was a hot mess.
Place.
I thought Ida was nasty to people. I thought Ida said her grandmother doesn't even know her real name. Said her grandmother still calling her Vicky. Ida is a motor mouth. She can't stop running that mouth.
Bishop. Now, Bishop. The dude said, when I got 2 words in, she cut me off after I got the 2 words in. She's talking about old relationships, past relationships, relationships that ain't never happened. I said, oh, bless the Lord on my soul and all that is within me. And the other airline stewardess, what was her damn name?
I'm going to tell you her name. The one who talked about the cats all the time, her name was Andrea. You got me yelling. You got me hollering in here. I wish I don't have a thing around my neck. Can you put on another one? Auntie, what? Something is wrong with her.
Something is I'm telling you, creepy music is playing at night inside of her bed, behind her bedroom door. Bishop, she is. Hello.
Yeah.
The cat got out the dog door, and my mother called and said that the cat been missing for 2 days. Was like the.
And he was trying to be nice.
But when she was sitting there with Chris and Chris was playing patty cake. But
they weren't saying anything.
Nothing.
And he reached over and laughed and touched her hand. Meanwhile, his jacket was still buttoned tight. He didn't unbutton the jacket. He was sitting there laughing like, and reached over to touch her. And I thought, this is awkward. Auntie, I made a note. I made a note. I said, that has to be one of the most awkward moments on the show. Honestly, I wrote a note in all caps. I said, most awkward. What is going on? Producers, y'all could have just cut that out. Because it made me look at them. Chris, the brother Chris, he at least he showed up nice. So even in that awkward show, he laughed. But
and you know, I felt sorry for him because I was like, his grandmother gave him that jacket. He treasured that jacket. It was like a security blanket to him.
I'm gonna get you.
It was like a security blanket.
Yeah.
He felt like somebody. And it's sad because there is nothing demeaning or inferior of being a postman.
No. Oh no, not at all.
Nothing wrong with it. Like, that's a reputable job.
Yes.
And it pays good. In this area. But he sees himself, like, I was like, he went to his grandma's house. He said, Grandma, I'm gonna be on this show. She said, baby, let me get your granddaddy jacket.
But he said he liked to smile. He was a nice guy. Nice. So he showed up. It was over.
Ronald. Bitch, how the hell you gonna meet somebody and tell me quit my job that day? How you gonna meet me the first day and tell me I need to quit my job?
And Catwoman wasn't having it. Catwoman was not having it. She said, huh? What? She said after that, she checked out. But I'm sorry, Auntie. She said that's when she checked out. But I had already checked her out, clocked her out earlier when she was talking about the cats. But he said, you know, he said, I would want us to do what's right for us. And based on the dynamics that I see, you're just sitting with her for the first time.
That's what I'm saying. You meet me for the first time and you already got me barefoot and pregnant and unemployed at the house.
Yeah. Definitely not a good approach. Definitely not a good approach.
Not a good approach at all, Bishop. You got my makeup running and current on, Bishop. Oh my goodness. I'm laughing in silence.
But I'm thinking though, see, he came out of his mouth with this old way of thinking.
Lay down my burdens down by the riverside, down by mofo.
He set women's movement back by 100 years. Back to the 1920s. Stay home. I know you got a job. Stay home. That's what works for our dynamics. And I thought, huh? No.
You just met me, though.
Just met her and said that's what you see.
But let me tell you, little Shorty Bebop, the other attorney, though, she flipped it. She came about that goodwill stuff.
Are you talking about the next one who showed up, Amber?
The other attorney, the younger one?
But the one who said, Auntie, but the one who said she was an alpha female? When she came up there?
But she wasn't looking goodwillish. She was looking like she was going to the Derby, though. She just needed a hat. But she wasn't looking as homely as she was when she introduced herself. But I'm like, where's the alpha female?
But her attitude was still messed up.
Yeah, it was.
Her attitude
I'm not
was
saying it wrong, Bishop.
okay. Yeah, but you said she looked better. She showed up looking a little bit better. But she sing. If I would have sat down with her the first go round, I would have jumped up and ran to the next person. Where's the next sister? I got to go. Because I mean, she sat down, she said, tell me one of your character flaws. It's the first thing you want to ask me when you just meet me with my character flaws?
And then you drilling him about it. No, I said, what are your character flaws? Well, you know, what you call them women. No, I said your character flaw. Bitch, you know what? We're not at trial. Case closed. Next case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you like to send people to jail? I don't send people to jail. She was cold. She seemed
But
cold.
I probably would have been like that too if I had been sitting with him. I would have been thinking I was at a bus stop holding him up from clocking in at the shelter.
But auntie,
Once you told me Khalil?
Yeah.
I would have came off that way too. It ain't nothing like I'm talking to some. You know what? I don't want to offend nobody, but it ain't nothing worse than talking to a man that's ill dressed and ill groomed. It gives you an attitude, and you will cuss him out, and you will treat him that way.
But auntie, he gave her the time.
Serious.
Really?
Don't even come up to me, boo. You so out of my league. It's almost offensive.
But what if you don't know that? As a man, you don't know that. And from my perspective, I see an attractive lady that I like. I have no idea how she's perceived me based on how I'm dressed. So the initial thing for me to do
is my fault that you're not introspective, that you don't know how you coming off in the room. It's my fault that you don't understand that you looking like a straight hobo. And then I'm thinking you're gonna ask me for 65 cents to get you a senior citizen coffee out the McDonald's. That's my fault. If you don't talk about my face, Khalil.
But I'm not saying it's his fault. But auntie, come on, he showed up. It's a dating show. It's a ready to love show.
I'm Bishop. I'm being serious.
No, and so am I. So the thing is, if I think I'm presenting my best self, putting my best foot forward, I have no idea how you're perceiving me.
But then you need to be self-reflective, because bitch, you're coming off into the room like a homeless man. I'm scared that you want 65 cents for a coffee, a senior citizen cup of coffee out the McDonald's.
Okay, so then when I speak to you and it doesn't look like, and I don't ask you for 65 cents, but I say, good afternoon, madam, how are you? I didn't say anything about I need 65 cents.
Don't do it. Don't.
No,
do it.
I'm so serious. I'm so very serious.
No, don't do that. Don't, no, bitch. No. You gonna make me say something I need to say it behind the screen. Bishop, it's offensive.
Really?
Because it make you second guess. Well, how bad am I looking that this bad mofo will come up to me and think that he can no, Bishop. It just the thought of it just grosses me out.
Wow. Okay, we don't see eye to eye on that.
So how do you see, Bishop? Let me open up. Let me hear you, Bishop. Okay, because I'm open.
Because he presents what he thinks. Maybe it's not his best self, but he presents what he thinks is a presentable him. And he presents what he thinks. I don't think that man showed up saying I'm a hot mess. I don't think he showed up saying I look like I'm number 10 out of 10. I think he showed up thinking, okay, I'm decent. I've prepared myself. I'm decent, at least to meet somebody. And so maybe he wasn't as sharp as the other brothers were, but I don't think he shows up on a show saying that I look like I'm homeless. Now, maybe, we can rag him and roast him and say, yeah, you look like you should have been on X Street based on, or you should have been in line with the canon. So maybe that's how we roast him. But I really don't think a brother shows up to meet a woman, to walk into a woman's face, knowing that he looks a mess. When we step into a woman's face, we step trying to present something that we hope she will like. we don't try to present something that we think is going to be offensive.
Well,
Not most of
at
us.
his age, hold on, let me see if I got his age down here. What is
41.
At 41, Khalil don't know how he's showing up in the room.
But okay, right. So let me say this. Khalil was a STEM school teacher, science, technology, and math. He looked like, I don't know what level he taught, but he looked like a teacher who shows up just kind of casually dressed.
In the 60s. My science teachers, they never look like that. Neither did my daughter's science teachers. Those science teachers make you feel like, make you want to put some chemicals together, blow a bitch. They make you want to get into the birds and the bees and the chemicals and would make a volcano erupt up in this mofo. Nah, Bishop. I can't. I can't. I ain't gonna be able to do it.
Okay. Yeah. I just don't think a man is gonna dress and show up purposefully.
I do. I think that he didn't put a whole lot of care and he didn't put up his he didn't put his best foot forward, Bishop. And I think that there are some men who show up like that in the room. And
Wow.
and then the expectation is that you know, as a woman, you're so desperate because you know you're at this age or whatever. And so you're so desperate that you just gonna take anything from them. No, Bishop. I really do believe men show up in the room like that. I'm sorry, Bishop. I just, you know, I disagree. I think that he's not self-aware. And I think that, you know, he's the type of person, he probably picked them clothes up from off the floor. Like Bishop, no. Okay.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, let's. All right. Okay. So then, let's.
Troy. See. They talk about Troy in the comments.
Which one? That
thought that Troy was worse than Khalil.
And he was. and he was. Because Troy may have shown up, 51-year-old Troy may have shown up, the one said, I'm not arrogant. And so Troy may have shown up dressed, looking better, or better garments on, but he showed up with a messed up attitude.
Yeah, he did. Now I will agree, Bishop. He did.
Yeah, he really showed up with a messed up attitude, showed up full of game, talking about, this is my signature brand.
There's a signature kiss.
Yeah. Now that I think, and so, you know, with all due respect to your perspective on Khalil, I think if sisters or women were going to be offended by anybody, be offended by a brother who shows up with game.
No, I agree with that. I'm just saying, for me as a woman, right? If I'm sitting at a bus stop and somebody like Khalil comes over, it will be a turn off that he's not self-aware of how he's looking.
Okay.
And I don't want somebody that I got to put together at that age. Like the training days and the putting up with the bull, that stuff over when you get to be a certain age as a woman. I don't want to build a man. I want a man to already be built. And I want him to more importantly be self-aware. And he's not. When you come out looking like that, when nothing's matching, you mean to tell me you didn't have a white linen suit? Nothing matches? He could have put a white linen shirt on and some white linen slacks and some brown sandals or some brown shoes. There were so many options. Why would you come all hodgepodgey look like, no, I'm sorry. No. And no, I don't want nobody to come and play games. And I don't care if you dressed up in a nice suit or whatever. I mean, you know, a woman who knows who she is and what she likes and what she'll accept and all of that will be able to sniff that out. But this mofo is coming and don't even know he got a problem.
Okay, let me flip the script and ask this then. What about when a woman shows up and
like Adam? You talking about like Adam?
Or wearing, or just, what about when a woman shows up?
Or Tressa?
So what happens when we misjudge or we say that we judge them based on what they wear?
Okay, to each his own.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Here's the thing: as long as beauty is in the eye of the beholder, you can behold. You can talk about whatever you beholded.
Okay.
I
Okay.
can't judge you on what you find attractive and what you don't find attractive. Or just meeting somebody for the first time.
Okay.
That's unfair of me because that's why I said when he talked about it at first, and he said meeting people for the first time, it's all about physical attraction. You
Mm-hmm.
don't know their mind, you don't know what they do for a living, you don't know what they bring to the world, you don't know any of that. All you can do is judge on what you see on the outside.
Yeah.
Then once you pass that, then you can dig a little deeper, right?
Okay.
Because some of the perspectives that we had of them the first time were not, well, clearly, we've changed those
Right.
perspectives.
Right. Right.
But Bishop, I would rather somebody like Troy come and sit down and talk,
Okay.
who at least cares about how he looks on the outside.
Okay.
Because your partner is a representation of you. Bishop, we too old to be building people.
Okay. Okay.
I can't
But
build a man.
okay. But at least though, as long as when we flip the script, we're consistent. It's the same thing when a woman presents herself and the brother rejects her
Absolutely,
based on how she's
absolutely,
dressed. Okay.
absolutely. All of that biscuit dough that was coming out of Tressa,
Okay.
you're
All right.
not self-aware.
Okay.
You
Okay.
trying to
Okay.
compete with the skinny girls, and you don't have to. You don't have to compete with the skinny girls because there's enough men there that like full-figure women. So you don't have to have everything all hanging out and doing all of that to attract a man. You ain't got to
Okay.
look like a busted can of biscuits. You don't have to look like that.
All right.
But then you saw that Stacy had her stuff out. Stacy's had a deep plunge,
Yes, she did.
but it was tasteful, and it wasn't plunging all out. And that doesn't, as a big girl, just because they sell it in the store, don't mean we can wear it.
Right. Right. Okay. Okay. Auntie, I'm good as long as we're consistent with the same thing when it comes to men and women. Because if a brother looks at a sister and says, "Oh, she looks like she's too big to wear that. She looks like she put on her 3-year-old sister's dress." So as long as the standard is going to be equally applied both
It will.
ways, okay,
I'm opening up for that, Bishop. Yeah.
all right, woo, okay.
I
But
think that he um I think that he okay, let's move on. Did we get
okay.
all the couples?
Let's see. I was sort of running through when they just sort of showed up, but let's see. Yeah, so the fly, as you call her, and the and the Suns coach, we chatted about her. A mess. The fly needs to be swatted. Fly needs to be swatted. We talked about how when Ida showed up and said to Chris, she was impressed because it looked like his ankles were moisturized.
Ida's licking the back of the bus windows.
Yeah, that's what that was.
I knew her stuff was gonna be jacked up when she got out and stripped her on her own dress.
Over that dress and shoe.
Said, shoot.
Oh my God. Ida.
She was so happy to be there, though.
She was so
But
happy she couldn't shut up.
but she was not self-aware. She's not self-aware.
Okay, okay. That's right. That's right. Definitely not. Definitely not.
Who else we
Wow.
got?
Well, we chatted about Khalil and Amber. That for her, what did you think about the fact that she just kept bugging him about his flaws, his character flaws?
I think it shows her she just saw somebody weak.
Yeah, she just
What
kind
did
of
you think
revealed
about
her own
Chef?
flaws.
Chef?
Say that again.
What did you think about Diedrich,
Diedrich,
the private chef?
Yeah, I was trying to remember who he showed up with. Who did he break off and chit chat with? I don't remember him breaking off and really chatting with anybody. I know that initial conversation. The only conversation I remember him having, as opposed to the beginning, was the chat with the cat. Chat about the cat. That was Deidre who sat down and chatted with the cat woman. He said, I don't get her. And what I liked about him in that moment, though,
yeah,
he tried. He tried to be sensitive. He tried to hear. He's like,
yeah, he did.
He said, but the cat is still alive, and she's going on about this cat. So I think he played it safe from my perspective for this show, this episode. I think he played it safe.
Did we talk about Joelle?
Oh, from New Orleans,
the naked man.
But Auntie, okay, so speaking of changing your perspective, because I'm hard on the brother.
Very personable.
Yeah, because last week when I first met this brother, we met him for the first time. Last week, the first thing I said was put some clothes on and go home. But he was really, really personable, and all the sisters sort of liked him. And the good thing that was going on with him, I remember Stacy said, "Oh, you sell insurance? Have you insured that chest or something?" But when he sat down, Auntie, he won me over when he sat down with Vernisha. I loved his dynamic, and I loved her dynamic with them together. And they were talking. He reminded me of some of my uncles and cousins and family members from the South who didn't try to come across too strong. I was going to ask you, what hand is he on?
He made it to this hand.
Because he didn't come across too strong, and he was just really true to who he was.
He was like that uncle at the cookout.
Wasn't he?
He was his personality was so endearing and so familiar, but not in a way where he was too much or, oh my God, I like Joelle. Now, he turned me around. He's still naked though, but he turned me around.
You say still naked though.
Yeah, because she said something about his chest, and his chest was out. So but while women of my age don't want to build a man, we will do maintenance on him.
Okay.
If he's already built, we'll help you with your maintenance.
Okay.
And if he get with the right woman, she'll tell him, baby, you ain't got to have all of that out like that, baby. You sexy, honey. We seeing that 6-pack, honey, without you having to have all of that out. And you know what, really, I want that for me. You know what I'm saying? Not to control you, but baby, you're so damn sexy. You know what I'm saying? But that right there, you don't need to do that. Because you sexy all by yourself. Your personality's sexy. You charming. You just distinct. Oh, baby, you just, women have a way of saying, bitch, put some clothes on. We'll do the maintenance on you. He just need a little bit of tweaking. Well, no, a lot. He need a lot of tweaking, but at least he already built.
And you know what I wondered, and not to sell the sympathy card, but I wondered if when his wife died, if I don't know what his process was, working on himself. And so I just don't know what his process was. I have no idea. I don't know if that was a part of it, trying to look like he was okay and maintain and look like he was holding on. But I was impressed by the brother. I love his interaction with Vernisha.
Me too.
I just absolutely love that. They sat there and said, "Oh, we're supposed to be moving around talking to everybody else."
Me too. And you know what else I think I really liked about him? There's layers to him.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like it from the outside, but he's got layers. And part of those layers is him processing through his wife death. Mm-hmm. And having to be a single dad, raising twins. Seeing his twin girl grow up and knowing that she needs that mother's touch.
Yeah.
Yeah. His
He said to
mother,
Vernice, he said, so how old are your children? And I think she said the oldest one was 19. He said, 19, you look good, girl. You look good. That when I tell you that sounded like my Uncle John, girl, you look good. You look
that's what I
good.
said. He's like, they said, yes, Bishop, that may be on point. A father with 2 kids impressive, overcoming the insecurity.
Yeah.
Who else we got? Who else we got?
Let's see. I got. I'm looking. You know, I made my notes because I didn't want to forget. I didn't want to forget anything. So we talked about Chris. He
We
was
got
timid.
everybody. We got everybody. What else we got?
Yeah, but you know what, Auntie? I felt bad for Christian because after the women called him over to the table, I think Christian felt like it was over for him.
Yeah, he did because he said, they probably already have made their decision. It's just
I felt bad for him.
I did too.
Because at that point, it's something about the male ego when you deflate us, and not that they tried to deflate him, because I respected their approach to him. But when you feel defeated and you feel deflated, that's a horrible space. That's a bad space. He came there, and what he seemed to project was one of those, I like to make everybody smile.
Yeah.
I like to make everybody smile. But in the process, I hope in the process he learned something about himself. In terms of, he said, I just need to work on it. I do need to be a little more aggressive. So I hope that lesson was learned, but I also hope it was taught in a way that it could be received. So that way when he leaves, he says, I'm going to work on this. I'm going to be better. I'm open to whatever they had to say. So there was something about him that I just liked. But so I hope whatever ego deflation he feels is counterbalanced by the fact that he says, but still this was an opportunity for improvement. Yeah, so that's my hope for him.
Well, this week you all, usually on the thing, on the show, they send one man home and one woman. There was a twist this week where they sent 2 men home. The first man that was sent home was
Ronald.
Nobody. It was Khalil.
Khalil, right. I said Ronald, but yeah, Khalil, yes. Khalil,
unfortunately.
Khalil.
All that was glittering
was not gold.
Was not gold.
Yeah. He didn't make the connections. He didn't dot the I's and cross the T's. And you're a STEM teacher, but you didn't draw the line.
I'm telling you, it was all about that, his look.
Yeah.
I think the women couldn't get past it. Unfortunately, the second person that went home was our handy dandy
mailman
Christian. Oh, we didn't talk about KC coming back. KC coming back.
He came back, but his showing up, he came back, and the brother said, oh man, this is gonna be difficult, because he's already coming back one step up ahead of us from season, the previous season. He already comes back a hero. So he's like, yeah, they had a whole hashtag out there for me, but I don't think he did anything that was out to outshine the other brothers, other than that loud suit. But but I thought he was just plain. I thought he was just plain, and that was it. Nothing to write home about.
Nothing.
Yeah, and I think he might try to play smart and hide in the crowd to make sure that he doesn't meet another Naya, so he stays safe in the crowd. Yeah,
but it's
nothing to write home about
this season. So we're going to get rid of our next ring. Shout out to Kristen. I mean, you're Christian.
Yeah.
Christian.
Yeah, On what somebody he said Chris, somebody said Chris. I mean, you just threw him away.
Did you see Christian? He bounced off the back of the chair. He said, "Hold up, damn!" He bounced off the back of the chair. I'm hoping the women go and I start popping these beads from around my neck that, because I'm going to be popping these beads from around my neck on when they get rid of.
Do you want to make a prediction
For the next person to go?
For the women that's going to go?
I absolutely think it's going to be. She right here.
Find the right one, Auntie. Find the right one.
Idaho.
Yes, ma'am.
I think Idaho is going the fuck home.
I'm gonna call her Utah, Colorado, Idaho. Utah, Colorado, Idaho. Got to
If
go.
there has to be two women, who's the next one?
I hope with all my heart. I ain't gonna say soul, but with all my heart, I hope it's Catwoman. Catwoman has got to go.
Who's Catwoman?
Andrea.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the
Because
flight
they have
attendant.
to start having a guard outside everybody's door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Andrea has got to
So
go.
we got Idaho. Wait a minute. So we got Idaho as a prediction.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Okay, all right.
And Catwoman.
And Catwoman. I mean, you got those bees on, Auntie. I hear you. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I'm not coming to play with them.
Oh, wow.
Now, when we start getting up in here into our quality women, I'm gonna have to be sitting up a little closer so y'all can really see the significance of what I got on my neck. Maybe I'll put it on my community wall so y'all can see the significance of how I pick these out to go with these particular women. But yeah, Idaho is the red, and now it's red. Those are my predictions. I'm gonna hang them up here on my laptop.
Can I ask your opinion about something though, Auntie?
Absolutely.
What did you think of the dynamics between Kyra and Mr. Leave the credit card? Mr. Credit Card wouldn't work when he explained. He said, "I want to explain something that you didn't know."
She's going to. I think that while she is attracted to him on the outside, once he opens up his mouth and she really finds out who he is, because she forgave him for doing that. No, that wasn't her. That was the other woman. That was the attorney.
That was Kyra in the green dress. Kyra and AJ.
I think that she wants to ride the D one more time, but I don't think that there's anything significant going on. Because somebody mentioned down in the comment section that she didn't really talk about the first day. She talked about the second one. What happened on the first date?
The second date was when they were at dinner at the restaurant and the credit card didn't work.
But did they smash the first date?
I don't know. Ain't a bit of need of you asking me. I have no idea. I wasn't there.
I think she wants to see a little bit more from him, but I think that she's going to toss him out. I think that once a woman has had that kind of experience on a date, usually we are done. She unfortunately, her past has caught up with her, and she's got to close that door on it. But I think that she's intelligent enough not to be bit by the dog 3 times.
I respected her so much for how she handled that on screen. As she listened to him, whether I don't know if it was a lie, if he fabricated that or not, I don't know. But what I do know is that I respected how she handled that and how she responded to it. So she says, "Cheers to second chances. Here's to second chances." And I thought that was great of her because she said, and she even said, we all make mistakes. So whether she's playing the game or not, to me, she said all the right things. And she handled it. She's the one who you said she still didn't lose her femininity. She still handled it. She's the same. She has layers to her.
Yes.
She was the one who
Very
called
much so.
Christian. She was the one who called Christian over and said, he's like a brother. I'm not going to let them talk about him. So let me tell him what's going on. She's also the one then who handled AJ and said, all right, we all make mistakes. I'm going to give you a second chance. Here's the second chances. I like her.
Me too.
Yeah,
Me too.
lots of respect for her.
Me too. I like people who are dimensional.
Yeah.
Who
Yeah.
have
Not delusional, but dimensional.
right. I like people who because at the end of the day, my preference has always been nerdy guys. I like a nerd. Mm-hmm.
But you want him to dress well and present well.
And I want him
Khalil,
to have a little jagged edge to him.
yeah. Okay, all right.
Mm-hmm.
Because Khalil might be a nerd, but still another element that he has to bring. Substance. I think your boy the chess boy
Joe,
even when he talked about Vernisha, he said she has substance. Yeah. So you, I guess, so you want, and which means that people are looking for somebody with substance. Yeah. So you do see this.
I think the average person is, and I think that the people, and I think that even with our shock and surprise, with Stacy, we saw a dimension to Stacy. She wasn't a one-trick pony like we thought she was, or like she presented herself as.
Yeah.
But then when I looked at Tressa, I was like, "You're a one-trick pony," because her personality just fizzled right on. I ain't naked, Bishop. I got on shorts. Okay.
Okay.
But I was very disappointed with her. I think that if I was to say what was my high was Stephanie and Joel. My low was a Tressa. Was Tressa.
Your high was your Stephanie and Joel.
Stacy and Joel. Joelle. Yeah. Were my highs. Tressa was an absolute disappointment to me.
Now, I was more disappointed with the Catwoman than I was with Tressa.
Oh, really? Why?
Because one Tressa didn't say a whole lot for me to assess whether she was being dumb or not having personality. It was her presentation didn't work well for me.
Okay.
But Catwoman was just inappropriate to me. And just off-centered. Yeah. So Tressa didn't say enough to turn me off.
You know what? There is a thing that's out there. It's been, out there in the world for a long time. But I think a lot of people are now starting to be made aware of, and that's emotional intelligence. Yeah. And for me, Cat Lady had no emotional intelligence. Just emotionally all over the place. Mm-hmm. You got to be present. And you talking about your cat while you're trying to get to know somebody means that you have you're not emotionally aware. There's no emotional intelligence, because you should be trying to find out as much as you can about that person. Let that person know that I'm present. I'm here, right? Mm-hmm. And I really want to get to know you. I don't want to sit and talk about my 2 dogs.
Yeah.
Unless you ask me a question about them. And we're talking about that, which is what happened between David and, oh my goodness,
Liz.
They connected on the gospel thing. They connected
did.
on church, and they got to singing and everything. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They connected emotionally.
And it made me forget to be honest, because I had my own points about when it came to David too, and what he presented when he showed up. But the way they connected made me forget
he was
their past. Yeah. Made me forget what, Auntie?
He was an asshole.
But you're right. It made me forget that because it brought me into that moment where in that moment
They were present.
they were present with each other. And even though you saw and heard people around them, it was just them. It was just them in that moment. And I think everybody wants that moment. I think that's if men can give women anything, give them a moment. Every encounter with a woman has to be a moment. And it has to be an experience. It has to be a moment that if that's the last moment, it mattered.
That's so
And
true.
right? So
Bishop, that's so goddamn true.
yeah. I think women are looking for moments and moments that matters. And if that's the last one, at least that was an experience.
And you know what the thing about it is, I often talk about on this channel that most of my friends, my intimate close friends, are men.
Mm-hmm.
And we just shared a weekend together recently for one of our good friends.
Yes, yes.
And it was a moment with you.
Yes.
And it was a moment with Mr. Harris.
Yes.
You all were perfect gentlemen. And I ain't feel no kind of way.
Yeah.
But you all made an impression on my life as
Wow.
a woman. And the thing, it wasn't robbery for you all to say, I'll get that for you. I'll lift that. I'll do this. I'll do that. I'll do. And those are moments.
Yeah.
When you and I sat there and got a little assembly line and you got your place and I got my place and you ain't feel like I was controlling you and I ain't feel like you was controlling me. Damn it.
Right.
And we was working in harmony.
That's right. That's right. No, that is true.
That's the moment that you walk away and say, there are good men in this world.
Yeah.
There are good men. And at not one time were we not present, were we not aware of what we were doing. And we had a common goal and we got that done. And we were respectable and we were all happy to do it. That's a moment to know that there are still men out here that are good men. And ain't none of y'all got no kids. Ain't none of y'all got kids.
And so Auntie, I think I believe in it. Maybe it was just the way that I was raised, but I was raised whereby no matter what your interaction is with a woman, whether she's a friend, a girlfriend, your wife, your sister, your mother, your auntie, or a woman in the community, your position as a man is to always give her a moment, is to give her experience. So that is why, whether you do this or not, it's done for this reason. That's why when you pop that umbrella for her when it's raining, you're giving her a moment. That's why when you open the door, you're giving her a moment. And I know we're all over the place with, whether you do that or not based on your background or your history or your experience, but it is done to give that woman a moment.
Right, because even when I got cold, and I said, what do y'all got, a jacket? I'm cold. Mr. Harris, I got one in my car. Go get it.
And he got his, and I said, by the way, I got one here too.
Okay.
Remember? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think that more women need to experience that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the joy of having men friends.
Yeah.
Opening yourself up to platonic friendships where you ain't got to be touching on each other. You ain't got to be having sex and she used to date him and then she was dating him and knick-knack paddywhack. There's nothing wrong with having those kind of relationships because for me they the best. And the thing about it, there's no expectation coming or going.
But let me talk about you in that moment, though. One of the things that was so pleasant for us as men in that moment is that you were available for that. You weren't one of those women who said, I got it. I can do this myself. I can hold my own. No, you were available for whatever brother wanted to help you or wanted to do whatever it was. And you were available for that. So we'd like the opportunity to extend that. Chivalry is not dead.
It's not.
It comes in different experiences.
It's
So
not.
that is why I say, there may be some brothers who open doors and some who may not and do that. But all in all, chivalry is not dead.
It's
Men
not.
still seek to give women experiences. Yeah. Let's see how many more there might be on this show.
And I hope that there are more opportunities for them, because that's one thing about it. I was like, you know what? Neither one of them, they were so present that it did not make a difference who heard them sing.
Not at all. Not at all. Now she's a better singer.
Yeah, she started off a little rusty though. She a little rusty. You know, she get a little okay, and then little vocal coach.
Yeah.
But I love the moment.
Yeah.
And that will last. Now it's gonna be a whole bunch of bull crap that's going on. But I think that this is going to be a very good when I looked at the upcoming preview of what's going to be going on, Bishop.
When I saw the end of that show and the previews, but we never call each other and talk about the show.
No, we don't.
But as I was watching the end with the previews, I said, "What in the world is Auntie thinking about this?" But it'll unfold.
And when the fly needed to be swatted in that room, and when girlfriend said we had one argument and I said, bitch, this right here, this about to be good this season. And it doesn't seem like they living in the same they living in the house, because she said when he left my house, or when you was at my house, you knew you kissed him.
Yeah, we'll see. They're in H Town, and so we'll see how it's gonna turn out.
Bishop, here's what I want to do. We're about to end this live. Thank you so much for the review. Thank you to everybody in the comment section. But what I need you to do next week, as you begin to look at this episode on Friday,
okay,
and you're just feeling it, okay? Because you can't do nothing but feel it. Okay, it's a feeling. I need you to bring a prop. Bring a prop next Sunday. I don't care if it's a bell, if it's horn, or whatever it is that you need to let off some steam with.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, I got you. Say no more.
Bring your little something, because I'm going to have my fly swatter.
I got you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to the dollar store. It is spring, so I'm sure they got plenty of fly swatters. I wish I had one today, because I'd have been tap, all over the place. But each week we're gonna build on up. We're gonna take on some things, because next week I believe a couple of these may be going. Okay, we've already got my predictions. What are your predictions? I don't remember yours.
No, the same. I agree with you. Ida, and so Ida, aka Vicky, but then I said Catwoman, aka Andrea.
Okay.
But yeah, and I'm not gonna be too shocked if one of them is saved, but I'm not gonna be too shocked if they don't slip Amber, Miss Alpha female personality, out the door.
No, she ain't going nowhere yet.
Auntie, let me see. Okay. All right. Yeah, I mean, I wanted to stay around. But that's
what I said, though, isn't it? I said Ida and Amber.
Oh no! See, so you said Amber, but I said Andrea.
Andrea, yeah, I said
Andrea, Catwoman.
Okay. Amber is who? Amber's the attorney.
Amber is Miss Alpha female who kept saying, "What again?"
She gonna be fighting with the fly.
That's right.
The fly gonna be fighting.
That's right.
So she ain't going nowhere just yet.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, this going to be a good season, Bishop.
Yeah, I'ma hang on.
Now, what I want us to do is almost mid-season. We're gonna open up the chat. We're gonna do a one time where we're gonna open up the chat and allow people to, come in and weigh in.
Okay. Oh, that'll be
Okay.
fun.
This was so much fun that I've missed my other show, but I thank you. I always look forward to having the opportunity. No, I could do it tomorrow. I always look forward to having the opportunity to chit chat with you, Bishop, about these kind of things. Like this is the highlight. I know we both had a lot going on, right? And so we weren't able to get out as early as
Right.
we wanted to. So, but this was so much fun.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. I couldn't wait to talk with you about it. Couldn't wait to talk. But thank you for giving me a new and different perspective when it came to that, the homeless looking guy, as you call them. But I appreciate that. And I know we don't always necessarily agree, which is fine. But you know what I take those moments as, Auntie? I take those as moments where I open myself up to see different perspectives. And I think that's hopefully that's what the show, the actual show, the Ready to Love show is about, showing people different perspectives. But when you and I get together, it gives me the opportunity to open myself up to a different perspective. So I appreciate that.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. And I think that's why it's good for men and women to have dialogue about stuff like this, because you are coming with a different perspective. And you know what? That perspective is based on your experiences.
Yeah.
Or your lack thereof.
Right.
And so we're both always open to hear what the other one has to say with no condemnation, no judgment, no nothing.
That's
so that makes you teachable. And when you're teachable, you can learn a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully, and then we got the crowd, we got the chat going. And so that's exciting, to just kind of peek over at the chat and be like, what they talking about?
Right. What are they saying? What do they have to say about what we're saying?
Exactly.
Or what did they see that we didn't see?
But I was very happy that Tommy's wife did not show off, and I wanted to show up. I was very happy about that. That it was just a season opener, and they opened with it, and then she said, "You know what? I know. What you know what I mean." I was so relieved because I didn't want people to judge her.
Yeah.
She was great. All right, Bishop. Any closing words?
No. Once again, thank you, and thank you to your nieces and nephews for always offering and making such lively conversation and making the moment. For me, you and your nieces and nephews make this moment fun. So I appreciate it.
Oh, good, Bishop, because I know you didn't, you was like, how are you doing that?
But honestly, you all make
but
this
once
fun for
you
me.
step your foot in it.
Right.
Got it tomorrow. So I love you. We're going to get on out of here. Thank you, everybody. You all have a great night. You want to say bye, Bishop?
Bye, you all. Auntie, love you so much. Good night, everybody.
Bye, y'all.